Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with Pork Diablo. This recipe is a little nostalgic for me. This is the first meat recipe I ever remember making in culinary school. So let me show you how to put this together. It is so simple and very delicious. Now I'm just doing one. You can double this. You can feed about, 2 to 3 people out of one tenderloin. And the good thing is nowadays pork tenderloin comes pretty much fully trimmed. If you see any of that tough silver skin, you want to peel that off. All right, some of that white fat, see that? That's not silver skin, that's just fat. That stuff will melt in the pan. We're going to season it generously with black pepper and salt, of course. You got to salt your meat thoroughly. There's just no other way around it. All right, I'm going to put my heavy stainless steel pan on high heat with some vegetable oil. I want to use a pan I can put right in the oven. All right, so once that oil starts to shimmer and we know it's very hot, we're going to place the pork in and we're going to let it sear really well on just one side. Because what I'm going to do is turn this over and we're going to put it in the oven and the other side will sear while it roasts. And this is a really important step. Not only is it going to give a great color and add flavor to the actual meat itself, it's going to help start developing that fond, that caramelization on the bottom of the pan, which is where our awesome sauce is going to come from. That's going to go in a 375 degree oven for about 20 minutes. You want an internal temperature of about 140. That's going to go up a little bit as it rests. All right, the pork is going to come out of the pan to rest. I'm going to get rid of some of that excess fat, which, not a bad idea. So as soon as you wipe out that excess oil, we're going to quickly dump in our chicken broth. I'm going to turn the heat to high, and I'm going to bring that to a boil. As it comes to a boil, all that fond, all that caramelized meat juice is going to melt into the stock. Okay, so the name Diablo comes from the word devil, which means, in old school culinary terminology, something that has a little spice to it, a little burn, like the fires of hell. While that's boiling, I'm going to add some cayenne, some extra hot horseradish, and some Dijon mustard. And then we're going to also add a small splash of cream, which is going to do amazing things. And the whole process to make this sauce is going to be about 5 minutes, which is how long you're resting your meat. See how that worked out? Stir that in. Again, this is on high heat the whole way, boiling away. All right, I'm going to switch to a whisk, because I don't know why I'm trying to stir with a spoon here. And once it reduces to that point, all right, see the bubbles? See how it's getting a little thick there? Turn the heat off. Throw in a chunk of cold butter. You've seen me do this before. Monte-Beurre, French for finish with butter. That's how we finish most of our pan sauces. Cold butter gets whisked into the hot sauce, which emulsifies and forms just an unbelievably gorgeous sauce. Silky, rich, yet light, and really flavorful. All right, our pork is fully rested, at least 5 minutes. You can even go 10. I'm going to cut that nice big slices. You can just see the juice. You can see the beautiful, just perfect color, just slightly pink. You really want pork tenderloin to be a little bit pink inside. It is not dangerous. I'm not going to waste time on this video explaining why. It's not. Check the blog post for more details, but you have nothing to worry about. I put a little bit of fresh chive in the sauce. It's optional. Although, you know what? Not to get too deep, but really, everything in life is optional. And there we go. Follow this recipe. You will have the most juicy, tender, succulent pork ever. And that's not even counting the sauce. You combine that awesome meat with this sharp, slightly spicy sauce. Beautiful. The horseradish and mustard just natural with pork. So good. And by the way, if you can't cut your pork tenderloin with a fork, like I'm doing here, you use the wrong recipe. And one thing I like about pork tenderloin, and this recipe in particular, this is equally perfect as a quick, easy, cheap weeknight dinner as it is like a special holiday dinner party item, okay? It can be fancy, it can be casual, but it really works for any occasion. Anyway, I hope you give it a try. All the ingredients are on the site, as usual. And as always, enjoy.